that as much as you and I talk about it being an issue.
It is with the left, and that's my point. With their constituents, they get a victory. Where's the victory with the constituents, with the people on the right?
And this is where, and that's what I'm talking after January. This is what you do after January, and you hit these issues, and they're very simple. You hit the economy, inflation. And on the economy, inflation, you talk about the fact that we need to go, that it's insane not to go after our energy reserves. Every single time, on every single Sunday morning news show, every single representative of the Republican Party talks about the exact same thing over and over again. If they ask you about a stolen election, you bring up energy. If they bring up Donald Trump, you bring up energy. Donald Trump's not part of this. We're Republicans. We want to get the economy better. We want the lower fuel, because especially fuel. By the time we get to January, fuel oil prices and the effect that's going to have on the population. You break especially those that use it, and natural gas.
And then the oncoming recession that many analysts and CEOs believe is going to happen. And, that's my whole point, is that the GOP, on things that are affecting everybody every day, can't get a messaging across. And so far, they haven't shown they can do that. Hopefully, they can in the House, and they can get this agenda, out there in front of people and doing it every day. But the left gets their agenda done on things that aren't priority in people's lives,
and they're not affecting Americans every single day. So when you get in there, and these are the issues: the economy, inflation, the border. Remember, they're still denying the border. You pound on it each and every day. You pound on the fentanyl. You pound on the fact that, hey, now every American probably knows somebody who's dead of fentanyl. That's because of what's going on in the border today. Now I'm looking at it right here. You've got McCarthy. Let's make China dependent on our energy. So it shows that he he brought that up. Graham, no deals on immigration until we secure the border. So you talk about that. You talk about the fact that we need to stop illegal immigration before we start legal immigration. You pound these things. You pound the economy, inflation, the border, crime. Then the second set of issues on the next level, critical race theory and the liberal transgender activists as to where they're going. But the three things that you push the most over and over again in unison, and everybody has to be together on these talking points. And then what you also do, you get these mega donors, and you get these mega donors to PACs, and you say, we need to have ads that run on a consistent basis for the next 2 years. We are the Republican Party. Here's what we stand for. Here's what we'll do. And you produce ads from day one. Maybe day one. When you first take over, it doesn't have to be day one, but you understand what I mean. Where you image the Republican Party as a party with these core beliefs, and you do it over and over again until you get the people to say, this is like Camp Lejeune. I don't want to hear it anymore. But by that time, then the message is clear. The Republican Party, these political parties, spend billions of dollars over the years on ineffective advertising. You let people know we're the Republican Party. Here's what we're for. These are the three main issues, and then the other issues that they're major, but they don't affect people's lives as much as the rest of the rest of the three. But the economy, inflation, the border, fentanyl, crime, and you pound it day in and day out for 2 years. You don't hold a meeting once and say, here's what we're for, and then everybody disappears and goes off and does their own thing. This isn't hard. The most frustrating thing for us who do this every day, and maybe for a lot of you out there too, but we do this every single day, and it gets frustrating day in and day out. And now it's been for, I don't know how many years it's been where you and I have said or go, They've got them on the issues. For God's sakes, this isn't rocket science. Promote what you believe on the issues and what you can do. And the other thing they need to do is, over the next 2 years, is they need to get a number of the senators and Congress people out there to, in a way, talk about where this nation is going and why inflation happens. And talk and say, look, we wish we could spend. We don't have to argue, no, we're not going to spend. Look, we wish we could help everybody. But the inflation that you see today is caused directly by the government spending. You need to educate people about Fed policy. You need to educate people about what borrowing money has done to inflation and how it increases the inflation rate and what you need to do to solve it. You don't have to scream from the rooftop saying, as we have done occasionally, you don't need as a political party to do that now. What you need to do in that level is an education process, and you need to do it on every single news show that you are on. And if they ask you, remember how the Democrats would be asked, well, what do you think about the situation at the border? Well, we're for investments in society, for climate change and racism. Yeah. They would just ignore it. Yep. You pound the same thing over and over again where a landslide number of people agree with you on it. It's not hard. It's basic marketing it's marketing and saying, we have what you want.
This is this is the point from earlier. At the left at every turn. You can't get away from it. Social media everywhere. The Democrats, their talking points are reverberated at every turn on things that don't matter. How can you not get the obvious points across in unison? And why wasn't that happening before? They need to do it now, and we can't do anything about the past. But you can learn from the past, which is to say, every turn, social media, everybody in the Republican Party, this is how inflation works. This is what happens. Boom, you put the post there, and it's everywhere. To the point that you can't get away from it. Because with the left, they're doing that on things that are in the abstract.
Democracy, climate change, and race.
Yep. Yep.
So you make it so what the Republicans stand for are as clear as what the Democrats stand for.
Yep.
Identity politics, race, climate change, the end of democracy. That's how disciplined they were in their messaging of abstract concepts and concepts that aren't even true.
Right.
Everything that you're talking about is true and relatable to the American public. Pound it in unison every single day, every single interview. If you do, you win. If you don't, you don't win.
And you don't see it even on, again, the gay marriage bill. Where is the party? Separate the 12 that voted for it, the Republicans. Where's the rest of the party? In unison saying, we have some serious states' rights issues with this bill.
You don't.
You don't see it.
Everybody's on their own.
And the left, they're going to get that credit for getting a bill done on something that could well be a violation of states' rights. We'll see what the final text reads of that bill. And you're not seeing any unison in the Republican Party outside of those 12. In fact, all the media focus, liberal media, of course, has been focused on those 12 and the comments by Mitt Romney. Set that aside. The party, the rest of the party, should be saying, here's why we have a problem with it.
And I understand that, but the thing and there are going to be issues where the Republican Party are going, this is my point, there's going to be issues where the Republican Party may not be in full agreement. My point is you take all those, you're not going to be able to get unison on every issue, united on every issue, but you can be on those 5 issues. I don't know one Republican that doesn't agree with all those, including Mitt Romney. And so you pound all those issues. There are going to be disagreements, as you have right now. on things that are more abstract that don't affect